Hey, KS Services is now running their $59 fall tune-up special. Our team arrives on time and is always professional. Be sure your unit is ready for the cooler temperatures by visiting our website, callks.com today, and schedule your appointment. It's fast and easy. The weather's getting cooler and the days are getting shorter. Don't let the fall weather sneak up on you. Call us today, 205-322-9090, AL certification number 1112.
This is your Weather Xtreme video for Monday, December the 25th. Merry Christmas, and certainly Merry Christmas to everyone out there from AlabamaWX.com. And before we get to the current weather, there's a look at a beautiful sunrise thanks to Charles Collins from the Birmingham area. Appreciate that image that he posted on Twitter. Satellite image this morning shows clouds over the northern half of Alabama. We did clear out overnight, but it was short-lived as the flow aloft is very fast. We'll show you a graphic on that in just a second. At the surface, we have high pressure settling in over Memphis in the mid-south area, and still very cold over the eastern half of the country. In the upper atmosphere, we've got this very broad trough covering just about two-thirds of the United States, and that pattern is going to stay with us for the week ahead, and that's going to keep things very cold. And there's a real quick look at the latest, which was last night's runs at the 500 millibar level. That's roughly about 20,000 feet or so. And interesting to note, the speed max there over Little Rock of 115 miles an hour. So the flow very, very fast. So the clouds are not likely to stick around a long time. Temperatures, as I started this discussion this morning, temperatures were well into the 20s across the northern half of the state of Alabama. In the lower 30s across the southern part of the state. Watch warning map, still not too cluttered, but we do have two areas of winter weather concerns, one from Pennsylvania and extreme northeastern Ohio all the way up into New England. The purples are winter weather advisories, and the pinks are winter storm warnings. Over in the northern Rockies, we have that. And between the two, we have some light blues that are some real cyans that are actually wind chill advisories. So it's very, very cold up there. QPF-wise, over the next 5 days through Saturday morning, it looks like the main threat is going to be from overrunning along the Gulf Coast. Just how far north that gets is a subject of great discussion. And the Storm Prediction Center, you can basically take day one and expand it out, just maybe a few thunder snow showers around the Great Lakes. All right, the 06C GFS model run. And there's our flow pattern today. And, of course, it's a broad trough, and it's staying with us there. We've got these little embedded short waves that are moving through the flow that'll be bringing some clouds. At the surface, we have high pressure over the Mid-South, Memphis, West Tennessee, northeastern Arkansas, and the storm system over New England is moving on out. By Tuesday, there's not much change to the flow, so we stay dry and cold. There's not much change to the flow on Wednesday, though we do see just a little uptick in the heights a little bit, and we do see, once again, the main trough over the eastern part of the United States. And that's when we begin to see overrunning as the flow comes out of the Pacific across the Gulf Coast area. And the GFS and the European, a little closer in agreement on this for Wednesday. However, after that, the European is quite different. By Thursday, we do see the nice fetch out of the Pacific coming in across the Gulf Coast area. So it looks like certainly wet down there, but how far north is a question for some discussion. Thursday, the GFS has it coming up into the central Alabama area, the precipitation. And I think probably that's reasonably correct there. The European, on the other hand, just keeps us dry on Thursday. We see another trough coming through the Great Lakes on Friday, helping to reinforce the cold air. And that trough helps to once again sweep the moisture out of the area as a large high settles in from Iowa and up into the central Canada area and brings us another shot at some colder weather. We don't see much change to the pattern on Saturday as it just stays very, very cold with that broad trough over the the whole United States, basically. And again, Sunday, not much change, but we're seeing a big trough beginning to develop, extending from Lake Superior back into the Dakotas. And that indeed is responsible for a 1056 high. Wow, that's huge. And notice the flow coming down off the western Great Lakes into the plain states and the southern plains into Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma. And that sets the stage for Monday when that thing really digs in south of Chicago on Monday, the 1st of January, so New Year's Day. And we do have concerns here. The GFS suggesting that we may have some winter weather concerns. It does look like the deeper cold air is going to be staying to our north. So right now it looks like we should stay in liquid precipitation. But the problem is when you look at like the 850 temperature, it looks like the cold air is undercutting some slightly warmer air aloft. And the good thing is it does look like that by Monday the 1st we should be drying out significantly, so the precipitation should be coming to an end. But again, we're verging on voodoo country, so we're not going to worry about that just now. The big story for the voodoo country is that we stay relatively cold, although there's a little bit of a change as we get towards the latter part of the period. But we continue to see the cold pattern on Wednesday the 3rd with another short wave coming through across South Carolina and North Georgia. We see another one coming in, digging in for another cold shot around the 5th of January, coming in to the Appalachians, Central Appalachians and Mid-Atlantic states area. There's another one, this one much lower latitude, over New Mexico around the 7th of January. So again, the flow staying very active. The thing about this is this looks like we might end up with a little bit of warming. So we might get out of the really cold pattern around the 7th as we see upper level ridging. And the ridging stays with us. The problem is, though, that we're also going to be seeing a tapping into the Pacific moisture once again. So it looks like we could have some serious overrunning issues. But this is 372 hours out. So you know what that means. It means it might be here tomorrow. It might not. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Again, Merry Christmas from all of us at AlabamaWX.com. I hope your Christmas day is a good one. Godspeed.
Hey, KS Services is now running their $59 fall tune-up special. The weather's getting cooler and the days are getting shorter. Don't let the fall weather sneak up on you. Call us today. 205-322-9090, AL certification number 11120.